Mastering Cultural Competence Model. Cultural incompetence is quietly sabotaging our organization's pursuit of excellence. Who among our leadership team can provide a clear definition of cultural competence and explain how it directly impacts our organization's pursuit of operational excellence, thereby ensuring that our policies, practices, and procedures are effectively tailored to meet the diverse needs of our customers, employees, and stakeholders? Cultural competence, the secret sauce to operational excellence. As I walked into the conference room, I could feel the tension in the air. Our organization was facing a crisis, a string of customer complaints, employee dissatisfaction, and stakeholder disengagement. The writing was on the wall. We were struggling to connect with our diverse customer base, and it was impacting our bottom line. I remembered a project I worked on a decade ago, where we had to revamp our marketing strategy to appeal to a new demographic. It was a daunting task, but we succeeded in the end. The trick, I realized, was not just about understanding the demographics, but also about understanding ourselves. I asked the team, what if we could create a culture where our employees felt empowered to bring their whole selves to work, and our customers felt seen, heard, and valued? The room fell silent. It was a lofty goal, but I knew it was possible. We embarked on a journey to operationalize cultural competence, and it started with a simple yet powerful exercise. We asked each team member to share a personal story about a time when they felt misunderstood or excluded. It was a vulnerable moment, but it set the tone for the rest of the process. As we dug deeper, we realized that our policies, practices, and procedures were inadvertently alienating certain groups. It wasn't intentional, but it was happening nonetheless. We saw that our customer service protocols, for instance, were not equipped to handle the nuances of different cultures. It was a classic case of one-size-fits-all approach, which was failing miserably. We broke down our operational framework into smaller components and scrutinized each one through the lens of cultural competence. We realized that our employee training programs were lacking in diversity and inclusion. We saw that our hiring practices were unintentionally biased towards a particular demographic. It was a tough pill to swallow, but we knew we had to face the music. The next step was to assemble a diverse task force to revamp our operational framework. We brought in employees from different backgrounds, ages, and identities to co-create a new approach. It was a messy process, but it was also exhilarating. We debated, we argued, and we laughed together. We created a safe space where everyone felt heard and valued. The outcome was nothing short of remarkable. We developed a cultural competence framework that was tailored to our organization's specific needs. We created training programs that were immersive, interactive, and engaging. We revamped our hiring practices to attract a more diverse pool of talent. We even created a customer feedback system that encouraged honest and open communication. The results were staggering. Customer complaints dropped by 40%. Employee satisfaction scores skyrocketed by 25%. Stakeholder engagement increased by 30%. We had created a culture of operational excellence where everyone felt valued, included, and empowered. As I looked around the conference room, I saw a team of people who had undergone a profound transformation. We had gone from being a group of individuals to a cohesive unit that was laser-focused on delivering exceptional results. We had tapped into the power of cultural competence, and it had changed the game for us. The lesson I learned was that cultural competence is not a destination. It's a continuous journey. It requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to confront our biases and limitations. It's about creating a culture where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. It's about operationalizing empathy, compassion, and understanding. In the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic, humble, and open to growth. Cultural competence is the secret sauce to operational excellence, and it's a journey worth taking. In the pursuit of operational excellence, it is essential to recognize the critical role that cultural competence plays in achieving this goal. Cultural competence is the ability of an organization to understand, value, and incorporate the diversity of cultures, languages, and experiences of its customers, employees, and stakeholders into its policies, practices, and procedures. This requires a deep understanding of the diverse needs, preferences, and values of the organization's constituents and the ability to adapt its operations to meet these needs effectively. To ensure that our organization is culturally competent, it is crucial to have a clear and comprehensive definition of cultural competence that is shared and understood by all members of the leadership team. This definition should be rooted in a recognition of the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and should be reflected in the organization's mission, vision, and values. Cultural competence is directly impacted by an organization's pursuit of operational excellence in several ways. Firstly, culturally competent organizations are better equipped to attract and retain diverse customers, employees, and stakeholders. This is because they are able to tailor their products, services, and interactions to meet the unique needs and preferences of diverse groups, thereby increasing customer satisfaction, employee engagement, and stakeholder loyalty. Secondly, culturally competent organizations are more likely to have a competitive edge in the market. This is because they are able to innovate and adapt their products, services, and processes to meet the evolving needs of diverse customers and stakeholders. Moreover, culturally competent organizations are better positioned to expand into new markets and grow their customer base, thereby driving business growth and revenue. Thirdly, culturally competent organizations are more likely to have a positive impact on the communities they serve. This is because they are able to develop programs, services, and initiatives that are responsive to the unique needs and challenges of diverse communities. Moreover, culturally competent organizations are more likely to be seen as trusted partners and leaders in their communities, which can lead to increased credibility, reputation, and social license to operate. To ensure that our organization is culturally competent, it is essential to develop policies, practices, and procedures that are tailored to meet the diverse needs of our customers, employees, and stakeholders. This requires a commitment to ongoing cultural competence training and education for all employees, particularly those in leadership and customer-facing roles. Moreover, our organization should establish a cultural competence framework that outlines our goals, objectives, and strategies for achieving cultural competence. This framework should be developed in consultation with diverse stakeholders, including customers, employees, and community leaders, and should be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure that it remains relevant and effective. Our organization should also establish a system of metrics and benchmarks to measure our progress towards cultural competence. This should include metrics related to customer satisfaction, employee engagement, and community impact, as well as metrics related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Finally, our organization should recognize and celebrate the diversity of our customers, employees, and stakeholders through various initiatives and programs. This may include cultural events, diversity and inclusion training, and community outreach and engagement programs. In conclusion, cultural competence is critical to our organization's pursuit of operational excellence. By developing a clear and comprehensive definition of cultural competence, tailoring our policies, practices, and procedures to meet the diverse needs of our customers, employees, and stakeholders, and committing to ongoing cultural competence training and education, we can ensure that our organization is well-positioned to achieve operational excellence and make a positive impact on the communities we serve.